Mr. Laszlo Bartha is an ethologist, who has been breeding and working with large livestock guardian shepherd dogs with decades. In the past 15 years he has lived in Sakhiafold, which is situated in eastern Transylvania. This small region is very special in our days, as on this small region, there are more wolves and bears are living wildly and freely than in whole Western and Central Europe combined. In this region it is completely prohibited to hunt, or kill these predators. Only livestock guardian shepherd dogs can keep them away from the sheep flocks that are gazed in big numbers in the mountainous pastures where they are grazing. These dogs work like as if they were living in the age when shepherd dogs were invented and used in big numbers. Mr. Bartha, in our former interview, we talked about the encounters between wolves and shepherd dogs. In the region where you live there are many much larger predators, namely the bears that the dogs have to defend the flock against. What happens when bears meet livestock guardian dogs? Is there any chance for dogs to win in an encounter like this?
The most important aspect is that what the dogs have chance for. To kill an adult bear by even the best pack of LGD dogs, as it is usually present in urban legends, is impossible and does not make any sense. I have seen many dead bears who were killed, but not by the dogs, but by the shepherds, who are otherwise very tough guys. Many times I am asked to go to the scene and examine the killed bear. It happens many times. In the last case, when an about 400-pound bear was killed, I examined its whole body to discover what might happen. What I experienced and experience it almost in all cases that the bear's skin is so thick, and its fur is so dense that the dogs cannot even puncture it with their teeth. So, in 100% of the cases the dogs do not kill the bear, but they partly get hold of it entire, and wear it down to the level that the arriving humans can kill it. Shepherds in Transylvania usually have long spears and axes with long helves. In this last case what I told you, I found that although the skin of the bear was not punctured by the dogs, the bear's skull was broken almost to pieces by axe hits. Of course, in a case like this, as in my country killing a bear is a criminal act, it is easier for a shepherd to say that our dogs killed the bear, and we could not do anything. I have seen this situation many times. As I live and work together with strong, big LGD dogs, I know how it looks like when a dog injures something with his teeth and bite. On bears like this, I have never seen even one time that any dog could bite through a bear skin. This is why I say that of course, dogs can kill a boar, or a very young bear, but to finish up an adult, healthy bear is impossible for them. The other thing in connection with bears, is that they are very fast, and that they are incredibly strong. There are different bear populations in our region, where a lot of them are living. For our flocks in this way, for our dogs, those bears are the most dangerous ones, who got used to eating meat. Bears eat almost everything, from ants, to plants and carcasses of animals, and can get used to eat meat very easily. These bears, who find a carcass, or kill a large livestock, like cattle very frequently, dig what they cannot eat at one time and return to the carcass many times. When they return and eat the rotten meat, they dig out the carcass and then dig it into the ground. In doing this their claws become full of a bacterial contamination which is deadly. If they hit and injure a dog with a claw like this, the dog cannot survive it without strong antibiotics. Of course, shepherds, who go up the hills with their flocks and dogs do not have any antibiotics with them. It is a little bit like a poisoned arrow in the jungles with deadly effect. So bears are very fast, extremely strong, plus this poisonous effect together makes bear and dog encounters extremely dangerous for dogs. What is really interesting that in spite of these negative odds, wolves are still more dangerous for dogs than bears, as bears do not specialize for eating dogs, not like wolves, who frequently do. In our days, when the number of wolves in the region is growing steadily, we sometimes experience that wolves come and attack dogs instead of killing the flocks, and many times it is very difficult to see what is happening and what the wolves want and go for. It is not really happening with bears according to my everyday experiences. Bears are much bigger, much better protected, and they do not really fear from dogs even if the bear is alone. I have seen many videos about how Siberian bear hunters work with their Leica dogs. They release many Leicas, who are searching for bear, and these tough Siberian hunter guys go after them sometimes for days. When the dogs find a bear, they surround it and start tiring it. They do not kill the bear, as they cannot, but keep the bear in place until the humans arrive and kill it. The work of dogs against bears is not killing but tiring the bear by pinching it from different direction. All bears have the instinct of turning to the direction where they are pinched, or bitten by another animal, and trying to use their claws against them. If there are many dogs on the scene, they can tire a bear to the maximum, if they are skilled enough. One pinches the bear and jumps away. If the bear turns to that direction, the other pinches the bear from another direction. And this goes on until the bear gives up, gets tired and goes away. In cases what I saw, I can say that 5 to 6 dogs could tire a bear to this level, and by the end, even the dogs have become maximally exhausted by these fast back and forth movements. Their main task is to slow the bear down and corner it to the extent that the arriving humans can kill the bear more easily than it would be without exhaustion. So, this is the reality in real encounters between bear and dogs, and not the bear-killing myths and legends that you hear sometimes in popular culture. This is the real-life scenario, and how the livestock guardian packs can protect the livestock flocks, with tiring the bear who give up further trials and leave. I have to say that even there are no real fight between the animals, this interception in itself is very dangerous for dogs. One missed movement and a dog can die in a moment by one bear claw hit instantly, or gets injured seriously. We had some dogs who were injured by a bear, and we experienced that the majority of these dogs, when recovered, never again would go for a bear as they were traumatized for such an extent. One of the most interesting experience was in the past years that local LGD dogs were not as sharp and tough against bears like the ones who we imported from the Central Asian steppes. The local Romanian and Hungarian LGD breeds require the presence of the humans when they go against a bear. The behavior of the Eastern Shepherd dogs was different. Both we and our shepherd friends were surprised how aggressively they went after the bears, without waiting for human interference. This is an advantage, but of course have some disadvantages. These dogs are more difficult to keep in packs, as they fight more with each others as well, than the local LGDs.